Thank you for watching my presentation on eating disorders. So what are eating disorders? Eating disorders, especially anorexia nervosa, are internationally reported to have amongst the highest mortality and suicide rates in mental health. Eating disorders are serious mental health conditions characterized by persistent disturbances in eating behaviors and related thoughts and emotions. Nearly 29 million Americans experience an eating disorder at some point in their lives. Here are some common characteristics of EDs. Distorted body image, a distorted perception of body size and shape, dissatisfaction and preoccupation with weight and appearance, obsession with food, weight, and dieting, with intense focus on food, calories, and weight, frequent dieting or restrictive eating behaviors. Control issues, a desire for control, especially concerning food, eating, and body weight. Purging behaviors in bulimia nervosa, self-induced vomiting, laxative or diuretic abuse, or excessive exercise to compensate for binge eating episodes. Binge eating, recurrent episodes of consuming large amounts of food quickly, feelings of guilt, shame, and loss of control. Secretive behaviors related to food, eating, or body image, such as eating alone, hiding food, body checking. Physical signs include noticeable weight changes, fatigue, dizziness, fainting, and hair loss. Emotional distress includes anxiety, depression, low self-esteem, and feelings of worthlessness. Social withdrawal from social activities and family gatherings. Isolation from feelings of shame and embarrassment about eating behaviors or body image. Medical and developmental complications includes nutritional deficiencies, electrolyte imbalances, heart problems, and gastrointestinal issues. And for adolescents, especially, developmental delays or impairments can occur. So anyone can be affected by an eating disorder, regardless of gender, ethnicity, or other demographic factors or age, although they often arise in adolescence or early adulthood. While more prevalent in females, eating disorders can occur in people of all genders and ethnicities, and the causes are multifaceted and vary among individuals. So my literature review focuses on current discoveries and future implications of eating disorders. The two issues I focus on ED treatment includes, the first point is multidisciplinary approach. Eating disorders often require a multidisciplinary approach involving various healthcare professionals, including physicians, psychologists, dietitians, and social workers. Coordination among these professionals is essential for providing comprehensive care that addresses the disorder's physical, psychological, and nutritional aspects. The second important issue relates to relapse prevention and long-term management. Eating disorders can be chronic conditions with a high risk of relapse even after successful treatment. Therefore, long-term management and relapse prevention strategies are crucial, including ongoing therapy, regular medical monitoring, nutritional counseling, and support groups. My reflection of the importance of this approach, given the presence of co-occurring disorders that can complicate the treatment of eating disorders, I believe that a comprehensive multidimensional approach is necessary to address all aspects of the individual's mental health. So these are common co-occurring disorders with eating disorders: depression, anxiety disorders, substance abuse, including alcohol, drugs, or both, and this complicates the treatment and management of eating disorders. Personality disorders, such as borderline personality disorder and avoidant personality disorder. Post-traumatic stress disorder is very common. Obsessive compulsive disorder, including intrusive, unwanted thoughts and repetitive behaviors or mental acts. And self-harm behaviors such as cutting or burning are used as a way to cope with emotional distress. How social workers can improve diagnoses and treatment based on this information. Social workers can play a crucial role in improving the diagnosis and treatment of eating disorders by integrating the two important issues related to treatment, the multidisciplinary approach, and relapse prevention and long-term management. Number one, social workers can collaborate with a multidisciplinary team of healthcare professionals. By working together, these professionals can address the complex physical, psychological, and social aspects of the disorder, leading to a more effective diagnosis and treatment plans tailored to the individual's needs. And number two, social workers can help with relapse prevention and long-term management by providing ongoing support and counseling. They can help clients develop coping strategies, build a strong support network, and address underlying issues that may contribute to the disorder. By offering continued care and monitoring, social workers can help individuals maintain their recovery and prevent relapse. So I picked out 2 useful resources for helping professionals and individuals affected by ED. ANAD is the first peer and professional support website. The National Association of Anorexia Nervosa and Associated Disorders. The ANAD has grown to become the leading nonprofit in the U.S., providing free peer support services to anyone struggling with an eating disorder. And the other resource is from the Alliance for Eating Disorder Awareness. Their website is very useful in offering support. The National Alliance for Eating Disorders is the leading national nonprofit organization providing referrals, education, and support to individuals experiencing eating disorders and their loved ones. And they have worked to raise awareness, eliminate secrecy and stigma, and promote access to care and support to those susceptible to, currently experiencing, and recovering from eating disorders. So here are some personal stories about living with an eating disorder. The first story is about Madeline May, an eating disorder that took her life and changed her family's world.
Photograph, a list of accomplishments, all significant, along with the cause of death. The obituary from Madeline May.
I see pieces of us in Maddie, and I see pieces of the other kids in Maddie. And I think Maddie had the biggest part in the family. She felt everything deeply, which made her very empathetic and caring, but also was a burden for her.
So she was one of those kids that made it look easy to do things really well.
Maddie was their firstborn, the caretaker, the perfectionist, the girl who spent half her life fighting an eating disorder.
I think it preys on feeling special or feeling like you can be the best at something.
Maddie was fiercely competitive. She was driven. And if you look at her transcript, you will see the results of that. There was also this element to her personality that she could do all of this and survive on less fuel than the rest of us.
In the summer before her teenage years, her eating changed. Her mom, who is also a psychologist, took her to a therapist who offered a stark warning.
She was so small and innocent and tiny, and she said something like, the only thing that this eating disorder wants for you is to put a headstone on you. Like that is its purpose. And it's going to challenge you to the very end to believe that if you just follow its orders, it's going to bring you to some kind of light or some kind of perfection or some kind of special spot.
A disease that would creep in and out of Maddie's life year after year. Middle school, high school, and at Dartmouth. Yes, Dartmouth. Maddie had plans until the disease took over.
She did not want to be the person she was when she was really in her eating disorder. She hated that person.
Outpatient, inpatient programs, dozens of them. By the end of 2021, there was nothing left.
I said, man, you could die from this. You have to listen to us. You have, And I think she was scared.
I think at that stage, she wanted help. We were on the wait list at the Denver Health Acute Center, but there were no beds available.
She had passed in her sleep, but I think her heart just finally just said, you can't do it.
Maddie was 23 years old, funny, loving, and brilliant.
My second story is on Alex to show that, again, eating disorders affect everyone.
I'm Alex, I'm 23, and the relationship with my body was unhealthy for most of my life. I traced it all the way back to when I was about 10 years old. My parents got divorced, and for the next 6 months after that, I began to comfort eat and fill that void. And naturally, I did start to put on a little bit of body fat. Kids being kids were very harsh and did start bullying me. I started to restrict my food and started to exercise every opportunity that I possibly could at the age of 11. I lost weight very quickly. And that's when the obsession started spiraling out of control. I jumped on the internet and whatever unreliable diet culture fueled information I found, that's what drove me to be restricted. I remember one afternoon, my mum took me out of school, took me to the doctor, not far away, and he had just received recent blood test results that I got done previously. And the doctor looked me in the eye, told me that I had about 2 days to live.
So now we turn to the National Association of Social Workers Code of Ethics. So how does the DSM align and conflict with the NSAW Code of Ethics? How DSM aligns with social work's ethical commitment to clients with people with eating disorders also aligns with social work's commitment to competency in several ways. First, in knowledge and understanding, social workers must thoroughly understand the DSM criteria for eating disorders to assess and diagnose clients accurately. Addressing stigma, the DSM can help social workers challenge stigma and misconceptions surrounding eating disorders by providing evidence-based information about their nature, causes, and treatment. The respect for the dignity and worth of the person. By using the DSM to diagnose eating disorders, social workers demonstrate respect for the individual's inherent worth and dignity. The commitment to clients. Social workers use the DSM to understand the nature of eating disorders, their impact on clients' lives, and effective treatment approaches. This commitment is a core value of social work, ensuring that clients receive the best possible care and support. How the DSM conflicts with social workers' ethical duties to clients. Well, with regarding to labeling and stigmatization, social work values emphasize the importance of respecting the dignity and worth of all individuals and avoiding actions that may contribute to their stigmatization. Using the DSM to categorize individuals with eating disorders may inadvertently reinforce stereotypes and negative attitudes. The other point is pathologizing normal behavior. The DSM criteria for eating disorders may pathologize behaviors that are considered normative or culturally acceptable in some contexts. This can lead to misunderstandings and misinterpretations of behavior, potentially resulting in inappropriate interventions or stigmatization. Aligning diagnosis with social work ethics, here are two practical considerations. The first, regarding labeling and stigmatizations, clinicians can take the following practical actions. Use strength-based language. Instead of focusing solely on diagnostic labels, clinicians can incorporate strength-based language, highlighting clients' abilities, resilience, and resources to help counteract the negative effects of labeling and stigmatizing. Second, promote education and awareness. Clinicians can promote education and awareness about eating disorders and challenge stereotypes and misconceptions. This can include providing psychoeducation to clients, families, and communities, and advocating for policies and practices that reduce stigma and promote understanding. The second, regarding pathologizing normal behavior, clinicians can consider cultural sensitivity and contextual understanding. Clinicians can approach diagnosis with cultural sensitivity and an understanding of the contextual factors that may influence behavior. Individualized and contextualized assessments, clinicians can conduct individualized assessments that take into account that unique cultural, social, and environmental factors that may impact an individual's behavior. This can help ensure that diagnostic criteria are applied in a way sensitive to individual differences and contexts. And here are my references. I hope you enjoyed my video. Thank you so much for watching.